Hello and welcome back to Japan. We have a governance issue to start off today. Bountiful harvest. My judgment as governor is needed. Reports of wondrous plenty of tall crops and verdant fields come in from across the province. Such a significant boon ought to be put to good use. Leave not the crops to spoil. Rudhaka has been kind to us. In many of Izumo's villages, seemingly endless sheaves of grain are collected from fields well watered by steady rains. And such ginger, a significantly larger yield than last harvest, is joyfully anticipated. This is, of course, very good news. I must organise an extraordinary workforce and see to logistics as soon as possible. Now, where shall my wagons carry these great heaps of autumn produce? So we can A, donate it to charity, which gets us 100 piety, or B, we can get 18 gold, 2 trait experience in the Kokushi trait, and development growth in the Kuni of Izumo will increase by 5. Alright, let's quantify the second one. So, the second one, development growth will increase by 5, so currently it's going up by 2.3 per month, so that's like 2 and a bit months. So 2 and a bit months of development growth. 2 experience in this trait is worth 0 because it doesn't get us up to the next tier, although you could argue that is also like getting us closer to the next tier, but immediately gives us nothing, and then 18 gold. So 18 gold is 10 months worth, which is significant, I would say. So this is 2 months development growth, 10 months gold, and 2 trait experience, which doesn't really matter right this second. Or we can donate it to charity and immediately change our faith. I want to change our faith. I want to be the faith that is our land's faith, and I want to switch over here like as soon as we can. So let's do it. So we're going to do that, and we're going to convert to Shinto. No vassals will convert as we have no vassals, and my close family will convert, which basically just means our half-brother will convert. With my decision to convert to Shinto, I arranged for a priest to come to my court and conduct the rites. With the fate of my immortal soul in question, I can only pray that I have made the right decision. Metaphysica aside, my most immediate concern is temporal. How will my liege, Kampaku Yoshifusa, react to learning I have spurned his faith? I don't think he cares that much, right? No, he doesn't actually care at all. Okay. So then say glory to Amaterasu, or at least I have Takako to guide me. So this person could join my court. Well, I might as well have somebody join my court, sure. And then how is our new realm priest? New realm priest is not good. He is in fact awful. Okay. Well, let's see. What does he... We do have a holding that he holds. Yeah, so he is keeping some money from us. So we would like him to like us eventually. Let's sway him a little bit here. He is god-awful, so he is probably going to cause us to lose piety, but vassal opinion doesn't matter because we have no vassals, so that's fine. Right, you are not employing a personal physician. Now might be a good time to have a look at that sort of thing. So, personal physician is one that we need to have. This is not optional, this is a need. Everybody is terrible. Okay, I'm going to see if we can get a personal physician. Let's go here and let's search for a physician. Cool. Right, also our new faith, in case you forgot, communal identity. So conversion speed is faster in counties of my faith, and promote culture speed is faster in counties of my faith. But it's lower if you are trying to convert in a different culture. Like in a different culture's province. Prestige from level of splendor for newborns goes up. Prestige from level of splendor when getting married goes up. Long reign opinion bonus goes up. And characters of faith gain additional bonuses upon successful completion of a pilgrimage. And we have ritual celebrations where we can get piety for feasts and festivals. Okay, and we get brewery line of building for temple holdings. Okay, cool. Right. Also, there are no bastards anymore. Okay. Court physician. We have 2 options. We have this excellent person, and we have this terrible person. Well, if I'm going to have one, I'm going to take the excellent one for 50. So, we're getting Matano Muninao as our new physician. Okay. Do we want anything else out of him? Lifestyle experience is definitely good. How old is he? 28. We could also try and improve his skills, but I mean, he's already pretty good, so... Yeah, I guess lifestyle experience makes a lot of sense for us. It's a very, very small amount per month that he wants, so... Yeah, I'll take it. Right, anything else that we need? We don't need a seneschal, because we don't have that many court positions. So we don't need the aptitude and we don't need the control growth, because control is 100, I'm assuming. I haven't checked, but yeah, it's 100. Okay. Antiquarian we don't need, as we have no artifacts, therefore it's literally useless. Tutor? Tutor we probably only want when we actually have children. Same with a wet nurse. Master of the hunt we only need if we're going on a hunt. Court gardener. So this one gives you development growth in the realm capital. It can go up to quite a high amount. Okay. It might be worth it. We have some options. How much would, say, she give us? She would give us 0.1 per month. It can go up to 0.5. Could try and recruit one. We don't have a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, she could be fine at that. How much does it cost us to have one? It costs us 0.25 gold. So we'll be turning 0.25 gold and 0.2 prestige per month into 0.1 development growth per month. It's not ideal, but I think we will pay for it. Now, I don't want public works for an additional 0.02 development growth per month. Now, just as a reminder for how development growth works, development growth is like a number that goes up to 100, and then that gives you 1 point of development, which gives you 0.5 in both of these. It may look like this is a whole number and this like goes up to like a next decimal place. They both go up to 3.5. I think we looked at this before. It's just that this one rounds for some reason and this one doesn't. Who knows why? Anyway, so what this is saying is that we'll get 0.02 per month. So that's gonna be a very, very, very long time before that gives us 1 development. Basically, it's so little that it's not even worth thinking about. Even with like some modifiers, even if you take these modifiers into account, it's just not worth it. So we're gonna ignore that, and then that's all fine. You're currently on this, yeah. So this is why we're taking this negative. I believe this negative is due to him doing this, but him doing this also is the reason why we have 2.37 on it in the first place, right? So if I was to put him on this, you see we're getting a 0.1 development growth change, but we don't take the negative. But yeah, we're quite happy to take the negative in this case. Cool. Right. So we've got our court filled in there. We have basically no money. I don't believe I can afford anything in our manor, because we'd have to buy well, we could buy like one of these buildings, but they cost 37 as a minimum, so we're not going to be able to afford them. I don't think I can buy anything here. Yep. So speed 5 and wait for events. I think that's our only real option right now. We have a personal scheme now for swaying him. Let's go. Royal offspring. Oh, so you are now a royal offspring. Okay, cool. Okay, are we going to get a lot of royal offspring notifications? Ooh, what's this? A grand tournament held by the Campaco. Well, I mean, we should go, right? I mean, even if we don't participate, we should go. It's going to be a board game contest. Okay. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't go. Also, something that's interesting. We currently have our manor located in the capital, right? But we are located here. So is there any... Well, I mean, I guess there's no real reason for it one way or another right now to have it anywhere. I guess, well, except that we probably get levy size bonuses if I have it over here. But yeah, we should probably move it to Izumo when we can. How much does it cost to move? It costs 20. Okay. So at some point we should move it, but it's not urgent. Okay. Let's go. We have some dangerous mountains on the way. Is there any way to go that doesn't have dangerous mountains? Not really. We could hire a mountaineer for 2 gold. I think for the chances of not dying, we should hire the Mountaineer. That one just lowers my stress. It gives me learning, lifestyle experience, and some piety when I visit. This didn't give piety previously. Is that my holy site? Let's do that, and let's have a look at holy sites. So yeah, this is one of our holy sites here. Okay. We have one holy site currently active, which gives clergy opinion. Okay, cool. Anyway. Grand Tournament, a fresh start. Alright, we're going all in on our outfit, huh? For a Grand Tournament. Okay, cool. Guardian Angel. While passing through the mountains of Mashima, my wife, Tsuneko, is about to step on a thin ice patch over a frozen pond, but is urgently cautioned and held back by my personal physician, Muninao. Tsuneko, you need to be more careful, Muninao admonishes, concern evident in his voice. Tsuneko offers a sheepish, grateful smile in return. Thanks, I owe you one. Okay. Sensei, quick thinking there, but I gain stress because I'm paranoid. You owe him nothing, I gain stress because I'm gregarious. Like, I can't encourage it, because I'd be paranoid that, like, they're gonna fall in love or something. I can't be like, you should be cold towards them, because I'm gregarious and I like people, being friends with each other. So I have to choose one of these two. We can just make haste, or we can gain avoiding traps. I don't care about avoiding traps, we'll just make haste. That's fine. Okay. The Fanatic. My entourage passes through Ida without issue, until I hear some commotion coming from around my guards. Evidently, a stranger manages to push through and stand by my side, beaming as if blessed by Amaterasu herself. By Amaterasu, by Amaterasu, by Amaterasu, it's the Kokushi of Izumo. I desire nothing more than to serve you unconditionally for the rest of my life. My guards stand at the ready to throw her back into the mud, but she would certainly make for a loyal courtier. And say, join me, but because I'm paranoid, I'm definitely not into that. Okay. Some coin for your loyalty, or back to the gutter. Okay. So, I'd be stressed. I'd be stressed, or I'd be stressed. She might as well join us if I'm going to be stressed no matter what. Okay, and she is a different form of Shinto. So she is Shujendo. Okay, cool. Well, you can join me. That's fine. A man of unusual skills. After traveling together for a while, I've noticed there is something about Muninao. He often helps others with small wounds and scratches, putting together small poultices like it was nothing. When we pass through Aibo, I see him suddenly run into a small peasant kid struggling to breathe and turning an unnatural color in a back alley. And before you know it, the kid's face returns to normal. How does he do it? So I can ask, how do you know so much about ailments and disease? And I get a chance of novice physician, but also a chance I become stressed, or you're a pride of this entourage. I would like novice physician. Let's take the chance of it. I didn't get it, I just can't do it. Emptiness inside. Nothing I do satisfies me anymore. Despite all my efforts, I can find neither happiness nor peace of mind. It is as though something were missing. What could fill this gnawing hole in my soul? You can become profligate. Well, the thing about becoming profligate is that in order to waste money, you actually have to have money, and I do not. Only veal cutlets can heal this pain. I become a comfort eater, lowering my stewardship, or if only there was something I can do which would cause us to be mental breaked again. I guess I'm going to become a comfort eater, who try to fill the emptiness he feels by indulging in comforting foods. Alright. Well, I've arrived at the tournament. Let's go. Well, first of all, let's close... Whoa, I don't think I was unpaused. I wanted to close this for a second to check whether I was paused or not. I am paused. Okay. I just happened to get an event. Oh, did I click on the tent camp? Maybe I clicked on the tent camp. Or is it a set number of days and then you auto-visit? Anyway. A small crowd gathered around a passionately orating Toshu Harueda. They seem to be listening intently. Personal glory is one thing, but true glory lies elsewhere, he smirks. Your family is your strength, and without them you are nothing. This reminds me of when my daughter, Tadako, was born to my wife. Atsuko. Almost half an hour passes, but it feels like mere seconds. He sure knows how to spin a tale, and say this will help me in the upcoming contest, or I think I learned something from this. Let's take the score increase. I'd like to qualify. And I do qualify. Also, I think I said this when we were playing as China. It doesn't feel like the graphical look of the tournament is correct, but I think it might be connected to the religion of the ruler in this case, because the religion of the ruler is going to be a Buddhist religion, right? Yeah, because I think it's you who's actually holding the tournament, and your religion is a Buddhist faith, so it's probably using the Indian graphical look for tournaments. But yeah, anyway, it's a little odd because it doesn't feel quite right. But anyway, let's go to the tourney grounds. Feathered entertainment. Go, ill-fated, go faster, I hear a man's voice echo across the grounds. I look up to see a small thing hurrying through the sky like a little black bolt of lightning. Soon enough, it swoops down towards the finishing line. Ah, you must have cheated. Your bird cannot fly that fast. Just look at her. She's heavy like a stone. The angry loser shouts, with the winner looking smug. Then say this is excellent entertainment and takes the stress loss. Increase my score. Double or nothing. Or I don't have time for this. I think I'd like the score increase, please. Okay. Is this my aptitude? Yeah, it's gone up due to events. Okay, cool. Don't think we're going to get to do anything else, right? No. We qualified. We gain the Hasteluder trait just for qualifying, which gives some opinion, which is nice. The contestants take their places at the gambling tables, fluffing their cushions and requesting refreshments. As the herald announces the contest's commencement, the games themselves are arrayed out on trestle tables, pieces polished to a mirror sheen. The board game qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. For my first bout, I've been paired against my fellow vassal, Toshu Oi Otondo of the Oe family. Alright. So, he's not got amazing stats. They are better than our stats mostly, although our intrigue is better, so there's a chance there. Who else have we got? So we have Kokushi Nagamine, okay, against this guy. And then we have these two, and then we have these two. So you are of House Yamato, so you're of the ruling house. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm ready. I vowed to myself I would win this contest, and I can't help but consider it a less fair approach to securing the prize of the board game competition. I vowed to myself I would win a contest in this tournament, and I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing the prize of the board game competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same, if only they had the idea. Who knows, maybe they already have. Apparently everybody is worse than us who we can sabotage, so I'm going to say it's no way to win. The table flips with an almighty thwack, sending the go pieces flying. Otondo's mood turned suddenly several moves ago as he realized a simple mistake had all but decided the game in my favor. Yes, yes, you win, Kokushi Mitori, he whines, happy? So I'm saying, pick them up, I need to make my last move. Let's go back a few moves. Or you could have just conceded. Let's say pick them up, I need to make my last move. Let's see if it actually lets us win this time, or whether it does the thing where actually you just get knocked out of the contest. I think it'll let us win, but we'll see. The board game quarterfinals are over. The herald booms and says the names of all the people who have reached the semi-final. My next bout will be against this person. Now, we are better at intrigue and martial than him, which I think matter, but he's much better at learning. Okay, let's go. My game against Toshu Fujiwari Imune of the Manatsu Ryu family is going very poorly. He is playing at a level I wouldn't have thought possible. Also, yeah, so he's a different house, but still of the dynasty Fujiwara. I notice his eyes keep darting to the crowd and seem to be looking directly at a figure standing almost directly behind me. They're performing subtle hand gestures and moving their lips, no doubt giving immune instructions. Then say, Judge, he's cheating. My moves must become unpredictable. I'll focus on the game. I'm never going to beat him if I just focus on the game. I must become unpredictable. He bests me. Ah. The soft click of moving pieces disturbs the calm. We are deep into the endgame now, and the game hangs in the balance. I ponder what's already happened, such when my opponent overturned the table entirely with an almighty crash. That happened in the previous one, not in this one. How this game ends is anyone's guess. The margin of victory is so small and the cost of error so large. Playing it safe might be our best option, because it has a low chance of anything crazy happening. But it also has a low chance of anything crazy happening that could be good for us as well. I think we take the 37% chance. Yeah. We lost. Fair enough. Fair enough. We reached the semi-final though. That's cool. The moment my hand leaves the playing piece, I know I've made a mistake and my opponent's artfully laid trap is sprung. A few more moves and I am clearly disadvantaged by my error, forced into a position I didn't want at all. Moments later I realise at last the danger of my position. Immune has been baiting me from the start. It seems every move I make is compromised, losing inch by inch to his superior play. All too soon, my position becomes untenable. The judges call an end. I have lost. Wonderful. Okay. So we now have this guy versus this guy. I think the person who beat us is favoured, but we'll see. And the winner is... Motori won. So not the person who was against us. The person who is in the same family as the Emperor won. Ah, a surprise to be sure. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamours, competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, a voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all else, some truly spirited competition, Kokushi Motoi beat Toshu Imui in the final. Motoi is our winner. I must put more effort in next time, I think to myself, watching the victor's arm be raised. So, they get some stuff, and we get tabletop player for turning up. Nice. And that's the end of the tournament. What a great occasion, we say. Okay, I gained experience in wit for turning up. That's nice. Okay. Cool. Right. And now we leave. And head back home. Fortified knowledge. The high altitude and brisk air of Harima has a very refreshing quality as we traverse the local hill fort. The soldiers in the valley below appear to be practicing some rare type of training technique I haven't seen before. I move in closer, failing to restrain my curiosity. While doing so, I'm approached by the local captain, Akisada. Would you like to join in, Your Excellency? So we can take this, we pay 5 for a chance of rough terrain expert or reckless, remembering that we're likely never going to go to war. So that doesn't seem good. I can say that my brother should go, doesn't seem good, or we're in a hurry. The benefit of this is that we would then be able to pass it on to children who could pass it on to children who could pass it on to children. But fortified knowledge just happens to be a very common event, so I'm in a hurry. All we have to do is travel through hills and we get a chance of getting it, so yeah, I'd prefer to keep the money. Imperial family branches. So Minamoto has created the or has become a member of House Kanmu instead. And it's created the house, I'm assuming? No, I think he just joined. Well, I don't know if he created it, but anyway. It branched. That's fine. And you gain experience in horse, because now you gain experience in horse for travelling once you get the Hastluder trait. Hey, and my stress level went down. That's nice. Okay. Back to speed 5. There's not really anything we can do for another 20 gold. So, we'll keep going. Child of my blood. My sister-in-law has given birth to a son. Okay. So, we have a nephew. Our nephew will be called Kanefumi. Okay. Sure. There's another royal offspring. We gained a stress level. Is that because I didn't sway him? I gained 40 stress because I failed to sway him. That's not ideal. Wife has inspired recruitment, which does not matter in the slightest. Okay. Another royal offspring. Might be too many events about royal offspring, we'll see. Stewardship perk. Golden obligations. We can demand payments for hooks now. Do I have any hooks? No. Alright then. But if I get any, I can demand payments for them. Okay. Or royal offspring. Cool. And my son and heir. We have a son. He may be lisping. That's okay. He is Yoshiari. Wonderful. I gain more stress here due to failing to convince this guy to like me. I might want to just give up on that, actually. I'm getting too much stress. Alright. I'm at 41 gold now. Let's go in here. And we can now buy one of these, right? We increase domain taxes and domicile income. I know we're paying 25% more, but these are still cheaper than buying actual buildings. It's quickly scanning what we get here. There's only 1% domain tax, but 0.1 income is not terrible. We could wait to get more domicile income. Tax collectors can also upgrade to be like a reasonable amount. Obviously, we can't upgrade it right now. But you know what? I'm going to construct this. The earlier we get it, the better. Right. Now, we also have a son now, which means we do want to tutor. And we have someone who's excellent at it. Wonderful. Now, although being excellent at it, they do not have a positive trait to help it. So these would be genius, intelligent, quick, or shrewd. She doesn't have any of that. But she is excellent, so she can do that job, at least until he needs an educator, at which point we can send him off to get an actual education. Alright. Let's do that. Anything else? We could get her to either increase children at court skills, or have a chance of increasing liege and liege's heir skills. I think I would like her children to get better stats. Let's do that for now. And then wet nurse. Going to be my wife. She is not my religion, therefore she cannot install virtuous traits. In this case, I'm going to try and get children intrigue skill or prowess skill at the cost of opinion with other children. We're going to encourage competition. Right. Anything else we can do with our son immediately? Influences candidacy? No. Don't need to do that. I think what other options there are. It's already our heir, so yeah. Just unpause, I guess. More royal offspring. We finished our domicile building and we're making a tiny, tiny bit more. Now we wait some more. How's our block doing? Be interesting. It would be useful for this to have a link to the block instead of you having to do it like this, but that's okay. Hey, we reached level 3. So, let's just go between these. So, what are we getting? All member appointment scoring governorships held by members goes up. And leading house regent gets more score. Oh wait, no, we already had that. All members ceremonial house marriage acceptance increased. Okay. And you're allowed an extra personal scheme. Oh, if you're the house head of the leading house. Oh. Okay. So it gets us some benefits. Wait a second. Personal scheme growth, 5%. Personal scheme growth, 2%. Does that mean I'm getting an extra 10% rewards? That doesn't appear to be the way that this is working. Wait a second. Appointment scoring governorships held by members. Okay, so let me find some member who has a governorship. I was trying to think of the easiest way of doing this. Do you have a governorship? You do. Okay, you have a governorship. So, if I want to influence candidacy, of me in here. Well, actually, I want to just see my current candidate. View succession? Maybe that's easier. Oh, it's only between these people anyway. Well, actually, we hold lands, so let's have a look at this. So maybe if I look at ours, then our brother. So he doesn't get any benefits actually to this anyway, to being in the same block. So yeah, I'm trying hard to figure out how we would actually prove whether that's giving us double bonuses. Because what I'm trying to figure out is it giving us all the bonuses multiplied by, is it giving us these bonuses and these bonuses and these bonuses? Or is it only giving us the final bonuses? I think it's only giving you the final bonuses, in which case you actually lose personal scheme growth by going up to the 3rd level, which doesn't make any sense at all to me. Why would you go from 5% to 2%? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm trying to find logic in something that is inherently illogical. That's fine. I'm just gonna let some time move on. Let things progress. Okay, it's just an event outcome. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't need to know this each time. There's too many pop-ups. But yeah, you can only change it for that specific one. You can't you can only change it for all event outcomes. You can't just change it for that event. Yeah, I think that's why I disliked the message settings when they added them. I was very hyped for them, and then they kind of were disappointing because they were a little too vague. And I want some event outcomes to pop up. I don't want all event outcomes to pop up. Some vassals are doing some different factions, none of which are particularly relevant to us. New child of our blood. So we have a new nephew named Tokimune. Okay. There's okay, so you have become a member of House Kanmu. So you have joined this other house. So there must be a mechanic where you can leave the imperial family and join another house within the same dynasty. Okay. Roadside stall. While travelling across the forests of the Kuni of Izumo, I found a makeshift-looking stall by the side of the track. As I stopped to take a look, a peasant by the name of Michiko jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small torii gate carvings she has on sale. I make them by hand, Excellency. Each one takes me hours of work. I don't have money. Nope. I doubt this stall pays taxes. Tear it apart. I mean, lose popular opinion, but I gain money. Or I'll talk to her and see what I can learn about salesmanship. Which would get us pretty much up to the next level of... yeah, it would get us pretty much to the next perk. Next perk almost gets us here to extort subjects, which I think I can still use, even though I don't have any. Let's take that. Yeah. I think that'll make us more long-term. So it's my domain. I can now extort subjects. Now, can I actually extort subjects, or do I not have any, technically? You need to have a vassal of count rank or higher. In which case it is garbage. But that is okay. We get the 10% domicile income, which is not terrible. Yeah. In which case we're probably going to work down architect next. I just wanted to see whether this gave us anything. But it doesn't yet. We need to get a count level vassal. Imperial family branched. Okay. Another house has joined our block. House Kibi. This guy, basically. Okay. I become obese. You tell me that comfort eating can lead to you gaining weight? I am shocked. Betrothed can marry. We are now going to marry Fujiwara Morocco. Cool. Yes, also, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but there was a theory around why our betrothals weren't working last time. Apparently, it's a long-standing thing. Like, by long-standing, I mean, apparently it's been around since CK2, and I have vague memories of it being relevant there, where if you are in a betrothal in a polygamous system, that will cause issues with other betrothals happening, because you're already betrothed to somebody, and you can't be betrothed to two people at once. And it will just cancel one of them. Apparently that's a long-standing issue. And it's basically all due to the fact that originally the game was designed for someone like West Francia who would have like Guy and his spouse, right? And then if you're betrothed, you can't get betrothed to anyone else. And then they just kept adding bits over time, which is also why the UI for it looks kind of a little weird. It's because, well, it wasn't designed for it originally. This was just stuck in here as a place for it to go. So, yeah. Anyway. New nobility. There was a new name among the magnates of the Empire of Japan. The Yamaga family has gained the right to be considered part of the nobility. Through corruption, intrigue, or actual worth, that I can't say. Okay, cool. That doesn't bother me at all. Invite house to Bloc. To the charming Mitori. Come, you must see the interests of your house align with those of my own. Together we are strong. Okay, so you've invited me to the Saga Bloc. Now the problem with the Saga Bloc is that you are currently in prosperity, so I'd be lowering cohesion. However, I would still get the benefits, right? Benefits of high cohesion are based on this aspiration. Yeah, so I would still get these benefits if I was to join. Okay, so it would mean that I'd get cheaper activities, and I'd get development growth and monthly income. And I would get a weak hook on this guy, which I could immediately turn into money. You know what? I accept. We're switching Bloc. I know that we just gained a whole bunch of stuff with the other Bloc, but that's okay. We have now switched Bloc. And we gain relations because we switched Bloc, although I did lose relations with the Kampaku. He's less happy with us now, but that's okay. We can take it. Right, now I can demand payment from this guy. He doesn't have a ton of money because obviously he just spent some to get us in the Bloc, but now we have 111 gold, which is good. So aspiration is different in the leader's house, reducing Bloc cohesion. But that doesn't matter. Like, I can't... Well, I could switch. Actually, I have 1,000 prestige. How did I get 1,000 prestige? Yes, we just went up over time. We could switch over to here if we wanted to. So we'd lose the private tea house, we'd lose the marriage acceptance, we'd lose the feast activities being cheaper, and we'd lose the diplomacy. But instead, we gain building construction time and we can get a brewery. I'm not that interested, actually. I'm quite happy to stay level 2 here. Not a problem. Now, with my increased money, we could buy an actual building. I know, shocking. What do I want? I get to build one building here. Wait, you can build these? No, you don't have the windmill innovation. Yeah, okay. I thought these usually didn't show up if you don't have the windmill innovation. That's fine. Anyway, I want something that gives me money. Forestry definitely gives me money. It lowers the chance for hunt activities in this area, though. Yeah, hospices are also quite nice. The plague resistance plus the tax is really good. Forestry does allow you to get things built quicker, which is in of itself, like, a positive. Yeah. But I do kind of want to do hunt activities at some point. So, let's do hospices. Because they have... This has no negative. It's just a good line. Right? You get plague resistance, you get tax. What more could you want from a building? Right. And it's a little bit cheaper right now due to mana reform. Let's do it. Right. I guess we could open this now and we can see it building. And we'll go to speed 5. Cool. New noble family. We invited to Kokushi Okuru's feast in Anno. I'm going to go, but I just want to find out who this person is first. This guy is part of the Saga Bloc. Okay, so I'm definitely going to go. You may not arrive in time. Oh. I'm going to go. Let's figure out if we can arrive in time. So, we'd arrive 1 day late. So I need to hire mercenary guards to go here. That means I would arrive 3 days early. Yeah. I'm going to join. I know we're a little bit low on money right now, but that's okay. Let's hurry. We're not running behind schedule. We're on time. Night by the campfire. Long after night is settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories, and drinking with my personal physician, Munanao. I didn't know he had it in him, but Munanao ends up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 peasants he'd seen in Izumo. After drying my eyes from laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will tell a story of my own, with extra embellishment, or ask him to tell me another story. I'll ask him to tell me another story. A small deal. As we walk through Akashi, we are caught up in a crowd of people waiting for a large cart full of building materials to move out of the way. I don't need your stuff, I already got it cheaper somewhere else, one man shouts at another. The other one looks crestfallen and confused. But what am I supposed to do with these then? He responds weakly, more to himself than anyone else. I can buy them. Well, I can't afford them, but they would make things really cheap. Bring them home. Move out of the way. I'm going to buy them, even though we don't have the money. I think it's worth it because of how, like, much they're going to reduce the next building's cost. We have another son. Okay. Also, I forgot to check. Who's the, so that is my wife's son, the first son. Second son, who is beautiful, is my, well, it's also my wife's, but I was going to say, like, second wives. I guess they're all equal wives in, this form. Okay, fine. It's a different wife's one. You're gonna be called Kunisuke. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We arrived with 5 days remaining. My wife gained architectural expertise, which increases her stewardship by 1, which is probably gonna do nothing for us, right? I mean, what is our wife's stewardship? It's 21. Yeah, I don't think that that's anything. Because I think that we get half of her stewardship. Yeah, so I think if she got 2 stewardship, that would give us 1. But it doesn't, so. Or she didn't, so it doesn't matter. These days of dancing sleeves. Alright, we're now at the festival. Upon a moonlit night, a messenger inviting me to Toshi Yoshini's moon-gazing party is scarcely finished when another arrives, this one bearing a letter inviting me to join Kokushi Motomichi instead. Such timing can hardly be coincidental. Clearly each wishes to take my measure, and except one invitation will be taken as an indication of my sympathy for its author and equally his disdain for his rival. Okay. So you're not part of any block. You're part of the Saga block. So I'm going to go with... that's me. Never mind. You're part of the Sugawara block. Oh, in which case I don't care. I'm going to stay with my own block. Adrift at the crowd. Every gathering has its ebb and flow. One must be wary of its currents lest one find oneself stranded. When Kokushi Muneyuki turns to greet Toshu Fujini, I finally find myself adrift in the crowd, bereft of conversation. Some ways away, I see Toshu Yoshini and Kokushi Toshina gazing pointedly in my direction and exchanging words behind their fans. And join them boldly. I can have a few whispers of my own, will plant some intriguing ideas. Let me retire to my companions. Yeah, I'm going to increase the Saga block cohesion. Astray in the crowd. Observing the crowd that has come to celebrate, I am pleased to find it is filled with laughter of children and the contented smiles of their parents. Still, a sudden and irregular movement catches my eye, too small to be a child and too furry? Seems to be a puppy, limping between the footsteps of giants lost and alone. I will gain the pet dog. What is our pet dog going to be called? I see. I believe that our Kampaku just changed. Yes. Well, yeah, Yoshi Fusa has died, and then Fujiwara has taken over. Okay, cool. Our dog's name will be, after a quick looking up of common Japanese dog names, you shall be called Pochi. Let's do that, which is apparently the Japanese equivalent of something like Spot. Anyway, inquiring mind. A slight tug at my sleeve drags my attention away from the festival sights. Gazing down, my eyes meet those of a small child round with wonder. Why are there so many people? She asked with simple, guileless curiosity. What is happening? Okay, so this is just a lowborn person. So I can tell her a story, or somebody get her back to her parents quickly. Well, I'd become too stressed if my story goes badly, so I'm just going to find you your parents. Parting ways. As the night's revels wane and give way to the first golden rays of dawn, attendees soak up these final moments before returning to the humdrum of daily responsibility. My fellow vassal, Kokushi Ameo, approaches. Your companionship has been most welcome these past days. It'd be an immense honor if you would count me among your confidants in the future. Okay. So you're a member of my bloc, so definitely, yes, you can be my friend. Right, we have finished the festival. Okay, more houses are joining our new bloc. Okay. Also, autonomous governors is now back in favour instead of limited oversight. Interesting. And we've now become friends with this person, and we have improved our house relations. Nice. Okay. Demand aspiration change. To the charming Mitori, it's time to toe the line, and your house must follow my leadership if our common interests are to be defended. I can just say no. If I say yes, I get a favor hook on this guy, but he has no money anymore. I think I'm going to decline, because I quite like our initial one for now. Lost in thought. My son and heir, Yoshiari, is an unusually calm child. When the others play their wild games, Yoshiari often withdraws to some silent corner. He does not speak a lot, but I can tell he is always thinking about something. He's pensive. Okay, fair enough. Trailside Bond. While traversing a challenging path in Watanabe, I hear laughter ahead. My caravan master, Hisamura, and my fellow traveler, Xiong Jin, are working together to cross a swollen, rain-fed irrigation channel. Hisamura, your idea to build a makeshift bridge was brilliant, exclaims Xiong Jin. Hisamura replies with a chuckle, and your quick thinking with those long grasses tied it all together. Seems as if this obstacle has led to a new friendship. So I can let them both get prestige, or we can progress back quicker. We will progress back quicker. Okay. I was also going to say, yes, I was fairly certain that he was a different culture, because I was like, yeah, that name doesn't look like a typical name for this culture. Anyway. Duel demanded. An imposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Murakune of Hino. I bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly all of those fights were dull. So here I am on this road looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you can best me in combat, I will be become a valuable and loyal servant. And so on this day I demand to meet one of you in a fair fight. Well, he would destroy me. So, yeah. Even my best could not defeat him. So I'll say I have no interest. We will simply ignore him. Right. Imperial policy, disarmament. Oh, okay. All await word from the Imperial Palace in Heian-kyo, where today Kampaku Yoshimi will proclaim a new policy in the name of Tenno Kurihito. Messengers will soon be dispatched to all corners of the Empire of Japan, heralding the Tenno's decree. Japan is beset by strife and injustice. Violence must be curtailed and weaponry confiscated from those without cause. Just so. Okay, we'll go into what that means in a second. We've now arrived back and we get our horse experience, which is slowly going up. Cool. Right, we're going to clear this out. And we're going to have a look at the law in here. So, wait. Yes, oh, disarmament. Oh, I guess we have to choose still to change, but we could change over here. So this would make our manor cheaper and make Ritsuo vassals like us more, if we were to switch over. I guess you don't necessarily have to switch to the new policy, but you can only switch to new policies that have been opened up. I see. So disarmament makes Soryo vassals very unhappy, development growth goes up, men-at-arms recruitment cost goes up, internal casus belli prestige cost goes up, and Ritsuo government may construct and upgrade castle holdings. Okay. Yeah, I'm all for that. Let's change. I'm mainly for it because it's going to make our domicile building construction costs go down, which is huge for us. So, yes. We are now in the disarmament policy. Cool. Okay, I've got rid of my region. Wonderful. Well, with that, I'm going to end our episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.